All right, lesson 3-4, 7th graders, is about formulas. Now, formulas are used mainly in science, but in math as well. They give you an equation that you can use to find things, like the distance that you're traveling. If you took the rate that you're going, and you multiply it by the time that you are traveling, you can get the distance, right? If you're riding your bike 20 miles an hour for 3 hours, you've gone 60 miles, right? That's how a formula works. Formulas are used a lot in figures, in finding area and perimeter of things, for example. We worked with some of those last year. Circles, triangles, rectangles, trapezoids, parallelograms, and so on. All of those are formulas for finding information. Now let's look at this one more closely. D equals RT. What does that mean? No, it's not dirt. It's not misspelled dirt. D equals RT. What does that stand for? Merlin? Right. Distance equals rate times time. Why does RT refer to rate times time? How do you know that's multiplication? Because they're right next to each other. Yep. And when a letter in math is next to another letter or number, it means multiplication. If there was a plus sign between, then it wouldn't be multiplication, right? If there was a dot between, then we'd use multiplication. Okay. If there was parentheses around one of them or both of them, then that means multiplication. Should we divide these two? What shows division? A slash or the fraction bar is division. Right? The slash or the fraction bar. Okay? Now, what if we have a situation like this, where we know how many miles you've gone, but we don't know the rate, but we know the time. So let's look at this. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take you through this one. So we know that you've gone 180 miles and traveled for 3 hours. How do you use the formula to find the rate? In that case, you put the numbers in to the formula and find the missing amount, find the missing variable, or you solve the equation for that variable. So, 180 is equal to 3R. 180 is equal to 3 times the rate. Okay? Then, how do you prove your answer? How do you solve this equation? Sam?
You divide it.
Divide both sides by
3.
Yep.
And then 180 divided by 3 is 60.
Good. So R equals 60. 60 what? Miles per hour, because we are talking about miles and hours, then we know it's miles per hour. We know how fast we're traveling. So another thing that's important in formulas are the labels. And you must label anytime you're finding an answer using a formula. You have to label your answer to tell what it means. Okay? Let's go to your assignment for tomorrow. And let's do number 1 together. given a rate of 38.5 miles per hour, it says m/h, and that means miles per hour, and a time of 12.5 hours. Now, write the formula. E equals R times E. And then put the numbers in that order. Just like we were checking. Remember when we were checking an equation, you put the numbers into the original equation? You might as well start on this now, because this is part of your assignment. So what are we given? Is this the distance, rate, or time? That's the rate. So 38.5 times 12.5 equals D. And then find D. Okay? So that's number one. That's what you need to do for number one. Number two. You're given D equals 2,730 miles. And a time of 9.75 hours. So, write the formula. And then solve it. Okay. Your assignment is 1 through 10. 1 through 10. I'm at page 147, 1 through 10. Okay?